What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today, I will be talking about a couple questions that I found on Reddit about, self-improvement and how I can help you. And it's just something I wanted to talk about quickly is that I've asked around, whether it be friends, family, co-workers, and most of them, about almost every single one of them, felt like they're either down, they're not doing what they feel like is necessary, they're lost, sad, they're just down. So what I want to express to everybody is that if you feel like that, everybody is going through it, and hopefully listening to this couple minutes can help you in life, help you just a little bit, and it can help you either reframe a mindset, just give you comfort, just something. So that's it. I just wanted to tell you that you're not alone feeling how you feel, and I'm going to get into it. Just lay back, relax, and hopefully I can help you out. First question I get is, how do I develop an I don't give a believe attitude? I care too much about what others' opinions and what they think. Going through a tough separation right now where some are advising me just to adjust what people think, and I haven't even informed too many. Plus, I know that there are some mudslinging from the other side. I've seen so many people who do what they want and don't bother explaining it to others. Why? Say Samantha from SATC. How does one become like that? Sorry if it's a stupid question. So I don't think that it's a stupid question. I think that especially with men or just in society, everybody wants to develop that I don't care mindset. I don't care what anybody thinks. And I think that is a detrimental thing. I think that it's a problem when you want to build a wall around yourself. You want to shut people out. You don't want to hear other people's opinions, and you just want to keep doing you because you think that you have the right idea. You think that you have the right ideas. You think you're right about everything. And I think that with society, you have a lot of books, a lot of people on YouTube who teach about that, but I think that it's a wrong mindset. So if we go back to the bucket illustration, you got a bucket filled with water. Throughout that lifetime, a couple things happen to you and it kind of brings holes into the bucket, so you're leaking water, and you got to patch them up, or else the whole bucket will break and water will, you're basically just, that's when you might have an anxiety attack. You might have all different types of bad things happen. So clearly when somebody tells me something like this, they've been affected in some sort of way. You said it's because of a separation. Now I think that with a separation, obviously there's a lot of emotion behind it, but what I implore you to do is that you need to heal through that. It's not going to come around building a wall around yourself. You got to be able to go internally and fix it, because that is affecting you. You might want to say, oh, I don't care, it doesn't mean anything to me, but I can tell through your question the reason why you want to build that wall is basically so you can never either be hurt again, or you don't need anyone's opinion. You don't want to shut out the world. The world has so many things to offer: family, peace, happiness, friends, and for you just to shut it all out because you think that, oh, either that's what real men do, that's what successful people do, this is just the mindset that I need to have, is you gotta rewire your mindset. You can't let a small percentage, let's say it's heartbreak, let's say it's something small like that, you can't let that small percentage now that's your judgment of the whole world. These small things happen to you, but you can't let that be your outlook on the world. The world has so much to offer, as I said again: peace, family, friends. And if you want to build a wall around it and basically shut everybody out, it's arrogant. Do you really think that you have it all under control? Do you really think that your opinions are always right? So I would say that you need to just rewire your brain and just understand that what happened. You have to heal internally first. You have to heal internally. So get out a journal. Maybe you need to write out all of your thoughts. Crumple it up, throw it out. Maybe you need to call somebody. Call a friend, do something. But you wouldn't be able to do that. You wouldn't be able to heal through that if you just built a wall. You wouldn't, because something will happen to you again. And then what are you going to do? You're just going to keep building the wall higher and higher and higher, so that at a certain point now you're just alone. Because that's not how the world operates. You can't shut everybody out and still be happy, still walk around with that mindset and be happy. Think about it. You don't want that to be your mindset. I'm telling you, I've done it. Most people have done it. It doesn't work. So focus on yourself internally, and I'm telling you, you're gonna be okay. Next question. Let me find it. What should I do? 21, almost 22. High school education. So depressed I don't move out of bed unless I'm going to work. No friends. I live with my parents, but they can't stand me. I want something to change so bad. What can I do? So I feel like with most people going through their early 20s, this is a very interesting point in life, because what you're going to see, or maybe what you have seen, is that you start to see people go in an upward trajectory. You might see people go to start getting their degrees, they start to move out, and you start to feel like you're not doing much. And I felt like that. I still feel like that, and it's okay. So it's not necessarily that something's wrong with you. I want that to be a main focus, is that nothing's wrong with you. This is just how you feel. This is how you feel. You feel adrift in life, and most people do. So what I encourage you to do is that, number one, you say that you're in bed on your phone probably all the time, is that just put your phone down just for a couple minutes. I've talked about this in another podcast, but put your phone down, go walk outside. If you go to a park, go walk outside and get lost. Just walk around, get lost. And I'm telling you, being in nature is the calmest place on earth. Go ahead, you might even need to find a park bench. Just get outside of your house, get a notepad, and start writing out things that you want to do. You could say, I want to be an astronaut, or you could say, I want to go back to school. But when you feel adrift in life, I think that everybody thinks of it in a yin yang, is that there's either I'm successful or I'm a failure. It's either I do this or I'm nothing. And the state that you're in, you might think that you are at that point where you haven't done anything. But you're 22, 21. Your life is not judged by your age. It's not judged by the things that you do. So what I encourage you to do is get out a notepad, figure out what you want to do with your life. And that takes a lot of self-reflection. So dive deep, just go outside, get into nature. And once you're in nature, just start writing down your thoughts, realizing that it's not that big of a problem, because you can fix it, right? You say that you go to work, you have no friends. So what I encourage you to do is also, feeling adrift in life, the best thing that you can do is give back to somebody. So you live in a community that has food drives, you have volunteering. I encourage you to volunteer, because once you give back to somebody who is in need, you realize that the world is a lot bigger than maybe your issues. I'm not belittling what you're going through. I just want you to reshape your mind that you can also help other people. And through helping other people, that's a form of coping with whatever you're going through. So on your off days, try, self-reflecting, try volunteering. You will be amazed what it'll do. Just those two simple things. Just give back to somebody who needs you. Maybe be a tutor. You could volunteer. You could do all these different types of things. But start giving back to people, because that's what the world needs. The world needs more people like you. The world needs more people who are willing to, who want to do more, but they don't know what to do. So channel that into doing something good, something positive. Because A lot of times you're in bed, maybe you're on your phone, and doing that combination can only breed negativity. Because what are you doing? You're in bed, you feel like a loser, you go on your phone, you start to see on social media all your friends doing all these different types of things, and you're just sitting there, just watching life blow by. No, you gotta get out, gotta get out and take back your life. Go volunteer, go do that, turn your phone off, get out of bed. It's the biggest thing, get out of bed. Get out of bed, walk around, do a sport, go to the gym, and just give back to people. But you gotta, number one, rewire your thinking, and that goes from helping people and help rewire your brain. And number two, you gotta get out of bed. You gotta realize that you're not a failure. Whatever you went through, you're not a failure. You can't go around life thinking that I do like that there's a yin and yang and you're just at the bottom. No, you're not a failure. And nobody is. But you can change that. You can go out there and help somebody. You can go out there and deliver food. These people need your help. There's a lot of people that need your help. But you gotta be able to understand that and rewire your brain in order to think that you can help other people. Another question. I'll answer a couple more. How to make life feel interesting. Hi everyone, I don't know whether I should ask this question here, but I was wondering if you have ever been through a long phase where you felt like you are not interesting, or like it isn't anything nice about your life going forward. How have you overcome this? I feel very grateful with my life and all my needs provided. I just feel like things are dull and quiet. Almost like an observer, more of an observer for others to do the nice things while I sit back and watch. How have you realized that you were in the driver's? How have you realized that you were in the driver's seat and not just a mere passenger? So this falls into a similar line of thinking as a couple questions that I've gotten. I think that most of the time, especially what's going on in the past 2 years, it's normal to feel like this. But I feel like with especially the birth of social media and just content consumption, it's very easy for you just to feel like life is blowing by. Most people think that time is flying by and, I'm not doing anything. How many times have you heard, oh, it's 2022? I feel like the year is flying by. The reason why you feel like that is because you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. So that's why it feels like the time is blowing by. You spend most of your time on your phone. You spend most of your time on Netflix. You spend most of your time on TikTok. So now the content or the apps have become the alpha, and you are just, I guess if you want to call it the beta, just being strung along. Your time is being blown away. So it's okay, it's normal for you to think like that. The reason why you feel like your life is boring is because you're constantly your attention is constantly being grabbed. It's being grabbed here, it's being grabbed by Netflix, it's being grabbed by TikTok. So your days just poof away. So that's why you feel like that. Now, in order to make life more interesting, as I talked about it before, I would say a lot of times we live our life through our phones. Our TV, our internet, our TV, our music, everything is on our phone. What I encourage you to do, and I know what's happening with the pandemic, it's different for every single place, but you have to go back outside. As I said before, the best thing you can do to make life feel interesting, and there are a ton of people that need your help specifically, is to go volunteer. Go volunteer, food drives. If you like music, go to a concert. If you have a friend, you could take them. There's a game night, karaoke, go to a bar, all these different types of things. But I wouldn't say leave your phone, but you gotta leave your phone behind. Your phone's gonna keep draining you. Your phone's gonna keep draining you mentally, emotionally, physically. It's gonna keep sucking your time away, and you haven't done anything. So you gotta get back outside. Find out what you like to do. It could be It could be knitting, for all we know. It could be singing. Go out, if you like singing, go out and do karaoke. Go do karaoke. If you like acting, go join an acting club. Your community has it, you just haven't looked for it yet. So you are in the passenger seat right now, because all you're doing is you're sitting back and you're allowing the content or the internet or the algorithm push you along. Pushing your opinions, it's pushing your thoughts. So it's normal to feel like that. In order to make life feel more interesting, you gotta give life something. Gotta go outside. It's not gonna be here. It's not gonna be on Instagram. It's not gonna be in the metaverse. You're not gonna find that fulfillment anywhere else, but actually out there talking to people, connecting with people. And that's my biggest thing, is that you gotta be able to put the phone down and reclaim your life, because it's got a hold. It's got a hold on your attention, your music, your everything. So figure out what you like to do and immediately Google, all right, I'm gonna look up clubs in this area. I'm gonna look up, karaoke nights in my area. And it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel weird getting back out there, but I'm telling you, if you struggle with that, there are so many people that are out there finding new friends that feel just like you. Or maybe they're looking for friends. That's another thing you can get. You build up your friend circle. You can have fun. You can have a new outlook on life, because the outlook on your life on social media is usually always negative. It's usually always negative, so it's pulling you down. It's always pulling you down. You go back outside and you realize how big life is, how much it has to offer you. You'd realize that you don't need this to live. You don't need your smartphone to live, but you gotta be able to get back out there. Next question is probably the last one that I answer. Lost, need guidance. I know I can only for so much, but hear me out. I'm a 24-year-old male, recently had a bad bunch of things happen to me, which has completely drained me of motivation. I beat an addiction. A few months ago, I only smoke and drink, thinking about stopping both because I want to have fun without feeling the need of anything. I recently completed the schooling program, which learned many IT skills. I'm so depressed. I spend 8 hours on my phone daily, and when I'm not on my phone, I'm watching TV, playing games. It's killing me mentally. I have no energy to push inside to keep me going. I have been so overwhelmed. What's the easiest way to relieve this pressure? So I think that number one, it's okay that you feel like this. What I think is good about your situation is that you're able to self-reflect and understand that what you're going through and your problems, and you've already beat an addiction once. So everybody who's dealing with an addiction, we have to understand that social media is an addiction. Social media is one of the most addicting things that one could put into their life. If you don't know, I don't want to go on too much of a rant, but the whole scrolling, TikTok, Instagram, the algorithm, it's all designed to keep you there. You know this. That's the reason why you're watching me. They hire people from the slot machine games in order to hook you and constantly hook you. So what I would recommend for you is that, number one, you said that you had a bunch of bad things happen. So I don't think it's necessarily, there's no quick way to relieve depression. There's no quick way to feel better. The only way you're going to be able to feel better, for me, and if you're clinically depressed, I would say go seek a therapist. But it's just my advice, is that you need to internally heal, as I always talk about. And you've done that, so that's good. But your biggest issue is your phone. And I'm not saying like I'm anti-social media. I'm not anti-phone. I just wanted to get out there and tell people that this thing, your phone, is really dragging you down mentally. The content that most people consume is negative. You don't think that it's negative, but it really is not. It's not positive. Most of the stuff on your feed isn't positive. Most of the music that you listen to isn't positive. Just think about it. Most of the music has to do with something probably bad. So it's either bad or just dumb. It's not building you up. So what I would tell you to do, because it'd be wrong for me to tell you to delete all your social media and, delete your phone. Nobody's gonna do that. So what I think that you should do is that you should be able to monitor yourself. I would say do 1 hour of screen time and then 1 hour off to begin with. 1 hour on, 1 hour off. So just slowly get used to putting the phone down, because as you said, it's slowly killing you and it's killing everybody. Want to know why? Because again, just like how I said before, when you feel adrift at life, it's just constantly throwing you in a wheel. You never stop spinning in the machine. You're just constantly being thrown around. So I would say that you're gonna be okay, and just remember that life moves in cycles. I think that you need to understand that this is a cycle right now, and you're going to get through it. So you gotta be able to focus internally. I would say focus internally and do 1 hour on, 1 hour off. But those are just the questions that I've gotten, and I just think that there are so many people out there that need help. There are so many people out there that need a community. They need something, because what this world is giving them is not good. I know, because I see it, you see it, and no one is telling them that you're gonna be okay. Most celebrities are not telling you that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be able to get through whatever you're going through. There are so many people who are out here who might need a friend like you. But you don't want to build walls up for yourself. You don't want to shut the world out, because there are so many people that need you. They need your voice. They need your message. So go out there and create something. Go do something. Go help somebody. Because there are so many people out there that need it. Everybody needs you. Everybody needs somebody like you. Everybody needs a friend like you. But you can't look at the world like it's always going to be giving you something back. Can't look at it like it's a $1, it's a dollar exchange. It's not. You gotta be able to give yourself to the world and not expect anything back. You gotta be able to give out of compassion and not look for a reward. So I encourage everybody to do that. You gotta be able to understand the world and how badly it needs you. Go ahead and go ask most of your friends. Go ask them how they're doing. Ask them how, what type of things are they going through? And then you realize that, oh, maybe I'm somebody. Maybe I'm the answer that they're looking for. So most of the time we make it seem like we have problems. Everybody has problems. But you could be the light that somebody needs in order to break from that. You can't do that by shutting out the world. You can't, because you have a voice. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not special or you have no voice. You can't do it. So I just can't. Sometimes I can't understand why so many people feel like this. So many people may listen to this and feel like it. Maybe everybody feels like it. I don't know, but I know that we can do something about it together. So me, you, whoever is listening to this, you can leave an impact on the world. There's so many people who need your help. So many people need a friend, and we're disconnected, and most people don't know what they're doing. But just make sure that, number one, you're okay, and you can help the world. Well, the two things I want to leave you with: you can do it. You can do it, and that's basically it. That's it for the podcast. Thank you for listening.